A young unmarried couple in China is accused of selling not one but two of their children for human traffickers. The money was used for gaming. As reported for Guangdong TV, I'm sorry I cannot pronounce these names, I'm sorry, or Sina Games and Games in Asia. The young parents' first son was unplanned. Instead of supporting the child, they illegally sold the baby boy to the child traffic in Fujian. The mother got pregnant again, and in an interview explained that the father likes buying items for online games, where he likes to stay out all night for internet cafes because his couple was apparently using the money for father's gaming. The parents illegally sold their second son for traffickers to avoid financial burden. As Games in Asia points out, the child trafficking is very much a problem in China, where it's illegal to apparently sold to sold other parents or street gangs or even people overseas. The grandfather of these children eventually reported to the couple and now waiting for the police. And the rest is just the actual the sources where this article was based on, and the TV, and articles too, or news for broadcasts. Now let's talk about how I feel about this. When you mention your son was unexpected, it is scary. It is very scary. You are not ready. You're not financially ready. You can't rely on your friends and family all the time. It is scary. But I'm not gonna say you should abort it or anything though. It's whatever you want to go through. But 9 months taking care of that child, or fuck man, my head hurts. The fetus inside you, and yet you sold it away? What kind of fucking monster are you? Really, what kind of fucking monster are you? Did those 9 months of bonding of your first child didn't mean anything to you? Huh? Did your baby daddy went out there to go fucking get a job? I understand, getting a job is hard. Fuck man, it's kinda hard to get my job around here too. Getting a good paying job or a low paying job. Still, that motherfucker should have got a job. But no, he sit down in his ass or go into cafes just to play more fucking video games and buy more virtual items. And yet you didn't find any way to help him out, to prevent this addiction to get worse, which it fucking did. You sold your first son. 9 months inside you, and that didn't mean anything to you. Did you did it for him? I'll say this: it's nice for a woman to do something wonderful and make her man, happy. But there's a time that you gotta focus yourself and do the right decisions for you, not for him, for you. And when you sold your first son, did you feel anything like regret, depression, loneliness? Because you did mention that your baby daddy goes to internet cafes all night. Did you feel lonely? Did you feel depressed? Did you broke down in tears and wonder what the fuck you did to your first son? I'm not sure about this stuff, but later on we might get an update for this. Who knows? But I'm gonna say, you're a fucking monster. Because 9 months inside that fucking uterus inside you, it didn't mean shit. Because you want to support your fucking deadbeat baby daddy's addiction. And when you sold your second son to avoid financial issues, that shows how much your fucking baby daddy needs help. He needs so much fucking help. And yet, you went to go support it, and you didn't give a flying fuck. I am so glad that the grandfather of these children reported your asses and sent you to jail. It is so heartbreaking. He would never see his grandsons ever, no more. He would never see his goddamn grandsons. Fuck man, you need money so desperately, go sell it to your goddamn... Sorry, I'm so sorry. You should have sold it to your grandfather. You guys don't deserve to be fucking parents. I bet that grandfather would have been a better parent and a role model than you two will ever be. That just shows how much this grandfather gives a damn for his grandsons. And yet, you needed money for virtual items. That's fucking great. You know, I'm gonna tell you two stories. No, you know, some stories around here, okay? I'm gonna tell you some fucking stories. My brother, who used to like to play Diablo, Call of Duty, and Street Fighter a lot, and I really mean a lot, until he took responsibility for his biological son and stepdaughter. And, you know, he's going to be married very soon. He didn't stop gaming in generally, though, but he does play this on his spare time. Because he wants to be responsible of taking care of his own children. And, you know, along with his soon-to-be wife. That just shows how much you could have just done, you know? You could take a long amount of hours, a shitload of hours away from your gaming, spend time with your son, and just go back to gaming whatever you want to. Even from a hard day of work, you want to play video game for an hour or two, that's fine. Because later on, you guys spend time with the family, you know? Another co-worker of mine, he went through financial problems as well. He was a single father for 3 years. 3 actual years. He went through so much stress, so much things. And yet this is the guy who didn't play video games that much. But he told me this that made me happy. With all the financial struggles he went through and raising the kid by himself, having her was the best thing than anything he ever received in his entire life. This is received like, you know, a big check from, you know, from the government or a job or getting an actual new video game or a console system. Having her was the best thing he ever had. And he's so happy that he didn't abandon her. And that's what most people do. When it comes to first expected children, they do something unspeakable and they abandon the child, or they give somebody else the child as a, you know, as a foster. And later on, that child's life will be affected, and it will become an endless cycle around there. I'm no doctor, but this shit can repeat. And the thing with my story here, I spent $400 on this game right here. This fucking game right here. $400 for virtual items. That didn't even serve me no purpose in the real world. I could have used that $400 to support my family, to feed my family, to give them rent, or go out to places or movies, to enjoy life. That is something I could never get anymore. Because my stupidity and my addiction got the best of me. But even if I did spend $400 of that shit, doesn't mean my problem is worse than yours. You sold 2 of your sons for a gaming addiction that needed to be solved ASAP. But instead, you went with it. You support your deadbeat baby daddy for selfishness. And look what it got to you. The grandfather will no longer see your grandsons. We have no clue or no update where the grandsons or the sons are at. And that upsets me a lot. I'm not showing my face. I don't want to show my face because, you know, it's midnight right now. Doesn't give me an excuse for that though. But I am so upset and angry, and I'm a little in tears. That seeing this shit, and really mean seeing this shit, pisses the fuck me off. I really mean that. It pisses me the fuck off. I could be an idiot who rambles shit and doesn't make sense anymore. Like, I could actually go the most angriest rant around there. But that just shows how much a certain person or people or a group did something so selfish for something that's not even worth it. This does piss me off. Not just because I'm pissed. No. This does not piss me off only. A lot of people are pissed off at this shit. And they're glad you're in bars. Okay, I'll admit. I want you to be sentenced to death. But then again, I want you to sentence for life in there and suffer. Suffer from your addiction that you can no longer play video games anymore. Suffer from the fucking pain you've done to your sons. The pain that your grandfather is going to go through with, because he can no longer see his grandsons. I want you guys to suffer so much, deaf or not, because you guys deserve this. You guys are fucking scums. And I'm gonna say this to you, lady. If you're going to aim for his happiness, that is the wrong person to be supporting, and you should have left his deadbeat ass way long ago, and you should have had your first son. It's hard in the real world when you have a child, but the reward is fucking great. I'm not a father, but I heard many stories from my coworkers and my relatives that having a child is the best fucking reward they ever have. And that's something you will never fucking get. That's it. I'm done. That's done. I'm done. You can reply to my question or you can change it whatever you want. But my question for you guys is, do you guys want these guys to suffer or you want them dead? Or you could do something else. Either way, I'm fine with both. I'm fine with both. Stuff like this really upsets me a lot. And I really mean that. It really upsets me a lot. There's not much I can say though. But I hope, and I hope for the safety for those two lovely sons to be safe. I really hope they're safe. And I hope the grandfather could find his grandsons. And I hope there's more update about these children. I really hope so. That's all.